Yeah, well, I mean, just let's get into your background. I mean, you mentioned that you come from publishing. Can you just describe what your journey towards becoming a literary agent?
Sure. I mean, I was an academic publisher for many years, and then it was kind of it was this very nice, fluid company, a private company. We did some novels, and initially not many, like 4,
right?
But 2 of them won prizes. And it was and obviously then I was headhunted by a trade company that did fiction, and they thought I did tons of novels. I had done, I think, 3,
right.
But because 2 of them won prizes, anyway, I went there for a bit, and then I went to Second Warburg, which was an amazing, wonderful small company. Then I was fired from there. It was a tremendous disaster. And then I went to Johnson Cape, which was just again after about 4 years there, they fired me too. I just too willful. Very, very bad with superiors, tremendously championing the issues of prizes, quite profligate with the money. So a bit irresponsible, I think, to be looking now. But there we are, I was passionate about what I did. So then I was fired from there. So then I thought, well, there's nowhere else to go. I mean, there's no publishing house I could go. Because they'd come in, and it was such a great publishing house.
Yeah.
Johnson Cape is just exceptional.
Yeah.
That I thought, well, I can't go to a publishing house. So I became an agent with a colleague who, again, was amazing with me, paid me lots of money, and I was quite lazy, I think, because so after he fired me, so I was like, okay, that's 4 fires now, this is not good. So I came home and said to my wife, we're going to have to start a literary agency, all right, what else can I do?
Right.
So we started, and I had we just started, we had really nothing, no money, nothing, and I was in a shipping broker's office, large, with lots of people.
Right.
Me, and I call myself David Godwin Associates, trying to press with loads of us, just me and a phone.
Yeah.
And then, I mean, the moment was when I got this manuscript in a box from Arundhati Roy of a novel. I'm thinking, this is like a gift from the gods.
Yeah.
Opened it up, and then it was like, knew nothing about Indian literature, nothing about all that. But I read the book, thought it was phenomenal. I just knew it was going to work. Some cases, times it's not a special, you just know something's, and I just knew this was going to succeed.
What is it about that particular book? Because you mentioned that, some people, it was liked by some people passed on it. I mean, what is it about?
Well, it's about a number of things, really. It's obviously about the quality of the work, which is the most.
Right.
It's also about timing. Timing is very, very important always. And it was, I always get these dates right, I think it was 97. So it was kind of a big anniversary. We'd had all these novels by men. We had Salman and we had Naipaul. We didn't have any novels by women. Here now. We didn't have any novels by women that kind of did domestic. There were never any novels, I think, about the South. Well, there's in Iraq, but that was many, many years ago. So here was a book that was just, also the book was just absolutely alive. I mean, it was an extraordinary book. So a mixture of those things. You just know that time was, it was just right for the book. Well wanted that book, actually.
Right.
And it's funny, I read about half of it and rang her up, got her number and said, I'm going to come and see you. And she said to me, she had no idea what it was. So she said, well, what do you want to do that for? Perhaps you should finish the book. But sometimes when you read a book that you like, it's very, very hard to finish the book because you just see all the other stuff around.
Yeah.
But anyway, I did finish it and I went to see it in Delhi. And we got on incredibly well. And then the book became extraordinarily successful all over the world. I mean, won the Booker Prize. I mean, sold in 35 countries, big bestseller everywhere. I mean, but it was a fantastically vibrant book. Even now you go back and read. So that was actually, and I went to see her, and she said, are you interested in Indian novels? I said, no, I'm not. I was interested in this book by this woman at this time. But in a way, my success in India, which has been incredibly lucky and fortunate for me, and it's been an extraordinary experience, is all due to her. I mean, it's actually, I'm one level, okay, I know what I'm doing, but it was her. She's the star. And I'm just the guy in the back of the plane,
Well, but at the same time, you've earned a reputation as somebody who has, a very keen eye for talent, and and not just. I mean, you're sort of the guy who picks the writers who write the extraordinary books. I mean, that's,
Well, that's true to say so. I think one's interested in new things. I think that's part of it. So the journey never ends. So you're always on the lookout. I mean, we have, I think, 3 first novels coming out this year from Indians. And you think they're all by young women. Right. And that's amazing to be part of that whole process. And because there's a whole kind of thread of books. It's like there was Roy, then there was Aravind in The White Tiger,
yes,
Kiran Desai. Though actually I always think Kiran was more of an American book than an Indian book.
Yeah.
But then that was obviously important. Then Aravind, then there was Jeet. I mean, no one wanted to publish Jeet's book here in India at the beginning.
Because of the content.
Yeah, I mean, the book upset a lot of people, it's about drugs and all that stuff.
Right.
But it pushed forward the boundaries. And then, so in a way, that's it. If you know the other books,
yes,
it's kind of, you can put this in and so some of the books we're doing now, again, push it forward, by women, because in the end, that's going to be the really big difference. And so they are confronting subjects that perhaps wouldn't have been written about 10 years ago, certainly not by women. And these were the crucial moments. I remember Jeet saying, I didn't show this book to my parents. And an awful lot of, and that was in a sense starting to create a space.
Right.
And that's what's happening now. That's actually what's going on. So people say to me, I daren't show this to my parents or whatever. And that's a good thing, I think. I mean, it sounds a bit superficial, I suspect, but it's confronting proper issues of drugs, sex, cars, modernity, freedom, sexual harassment. These are very powerful issues now here.
Yeah, well, I mean, life is complicated enough and uncomfortable, and people compartmentalize different aspects of their life. And so I suppose when a writer writes about, something that's very personal to them or about their life, they're maybe not ready to show it to somebody in the other compartment.
Yeah, no, right. I think that's exactly right. That's a good thing, I think.
Yeah.
Well, it's the case, and I think all I can do is recognise that.
Yeah.
And trying to find a way to champion those books so that they do get the attention they deserve, not only here, but abroad. I mean, my function really is, I am involved here a lot, but, I carry books to France and Germany and America and so on, and try to be part of that great, Jeet's books are sold in many languages.
Right, yes.
It takes time,
yeah,
but that's part of what's important to me. So I'm like a bridge for people, that take from here to there and so on.
So, getting back to Arundhati Roy, and then afterwards the book, it's become a tremendous success, won the Booker, and then Arundhati Roy saying to you, are you interested in Indian writing? And you say not particularly, and then what happened?
Well, this was at the very beginning she asked me that when I went to...
Yeah.
Well, I think... People start sending you books, Kiran Desai sent me a manuscript, and I read it, I think it's terrifically good. Again, so you start championing what you get and what you read. And publishers are often sometimes walk quite behind. Again, with Kiran's book, I think only one publisher out of 8 wanted to publish it.
Okay.
And you think, well, then wins a Booker Prize.
Yeah.
So that process goes on. And people see me with Kiran, and then Aravind comes up, and then Vikram, who I knew for a long time beforehand. We spent quite a long time talking together, so it's a very slow process.
Right.
But if you spend, I come here a lot, so I spend time with people. And gradually, people share things to you. I met Jeet in Jaipur probably 5-6 years ago. I knew his poetry. I always thought he could write something amazing. We started talking then. It takes a long time to write things. And then it's quite a long manuscript, and we did quite a lot of work on which bits work better than other bits. So that was quite, and gradually that's what happens. So it's nothing, there's no trick of it, it's just reading things, talking to people, being truthful, being energetic, and being right.